And if you see it on YouTube, all of his stuff is shit.
Oh, mate, well said. Well said. What's his bloody name? He's even come now to do bloody face-to-face camera work on some of his.
Yeah, he has, and everything that he puts out is shite, and people lap it up.
Oh, I'll tell you.
You know,
a lot of the stuff as well is that is not his brother who does the production side of everything and all the graphics, but he's quite he is actually quite a good graphic artist, and he does a lot of video manipulation as well.
Yeah, it's true. And it just really fucks me off, that because people just buy it, and because the people out there that will buy anything that they read on the internet, you know, they just will. And if anybody out there's like that, I've got a bridge I can sell you. But they just lap it up, and it's like, oh, look at this shit. Oh, this is fantastic. And it's no, think about it. Just think a little bit before. And then the worst, the other side of that is you get the pimply faced kids in the parents' basement who think they know everything about the US military, and oh my god, it's a US aircraft, it's this, and they make shit up.
Yeah.
And that clouds it and pollutes it all as well. Yeah. And that drives me nuts. It just does. I tell you, the amount of times you have to put somebody down when I'm talking about it, I say, no, that's not the case. That's just what you want to believe when you're upstairs having a wank, because you think that the world's a safer place because the Americans have got it and it's a secret weapon. Actually, you've just made it up in your own head.
Do you know what? The thing that really tickled me with you the other week there, because I was remember, Pete, I was talking about this guy who's filming these lights over there in Norfolk, Kingsley.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, what was your take on those videos? That's what I was going to ask you first of all.
Well, I was watching it, and you see all the cars and that, and going along, and I'm thinking, this so-called craft is doing the same thing again and again, but I can't see it going back to start again.
Right.
Why is it repeating exactly? So I thought he's either got one bit of film and he's just replaying it back to back, and then I realised that believe where he was filming is on the flight path to Norwich Airport. So they're basically just coming in the same approach like they do. So it's just, for me, it's just normal planes. It's one of those two things. Yeah, he's just got one little bit of film of a plane, and he's just replaying it again and again.
Well, the thing is that I've been trying to I have contacted this guy via YouTube, and he's been very, very cagey. Now, I did say to him, I've dropped him a line this afternoon, and I said, look, we're going to be talking UFOs on the show today. I'd love you to have a listen. And he said he would. Now, the thing is that I wanted him to come onto the show and explain what it is that he's been filming. Because I think I did a few weeks ago. I posted up one of his videos up on my Facebook page. And I must be honest, you know, looking at it at face value, you think, oh my God, if he's actually caught something here, this is amazing. And it took Baz about 10 minutes of watching the video, and Baz hit the nail on the head. And Baz, what was it that you said to you put in the comments?
Planes. It's Pete's got it. When you get these things, the first thing you've got to do is look at where the people say they are, and then look around it and see what there is round there. Yeah. And this guy lives about 5 miles away from RAF. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the RAF base.
Is it Northolt?
No, it's not Northolt. No, it's I can't remember. It's gone out of my head. I'd get it up on Facebook, but can't be asked. But yeah, what he's seeing is planes coming, like Pete says, come in. All planes have an established flight path when they come into an airport. They come in, they turn. So as these things turn and put their landing lights on, suddenly they look like the fucking mothership, and it looks like they're hovering because they're coming straight towards him. And then they turn back to go onto the runway, and the lights dim down, and then they go down to us, and it looks like. It looks like Close Encounters, but it's not. It's just planes at an airfield.
And you make a very good point there. How many of you, like you guys listening now on the show, and I've just got to give a name check to the guys in the chat room. We got Rach, we got Willie's in there, we got Buzz actually, we got Rango Baby, Carry On Karen, Sasha's in the chat, Silky Steve, myself and Ringy. Nice little family group in there tonight. I love it. Loads of you out there on the radio land listening on your iPods and your iPads and your phones and listening in on Spreaker, and those of you who are actually on audioburger.com but decided not to come into the chat room, I can see you there. You can't hide. what you must have, you guys now, you really must have from time to time looked up in the sky and you've seen a light there and you're thinking, that isn't a star, that's too low to be this, and it's just hovering. Fuck me, that light's just hovering. And then you see it slightly moving, you realise, hold on a minute, it's actually turning round. It's a fucking jumbo jet with its lights on or something, you know, or a helicopter coming at you. Well, not coming at you, but coming your direction. And a lot of people make that mistake with lights in the sky, obviously, because it looks as if it's hovering. You're absolutely bang on there, Baz. I mean, it looks as if it's just sitting there, doesn't it? But it's not.
It's years of watching, though, because I used to live on a flight path to Manchester Airport when I lived in Cheshire, and you used to get flights from Manchester, Liverpool and Birmingham coming over. And then I've moved to Yorkshire, and now I live on a flight path to Manchester Airport, Leeds, Bradford, East Midlands and God knows what. And if I videoed some of this and put it on YouTube, people would think that the invasion was here. Because when you look at things and you literally see a plane coming directly towards you with the bright landing lights on, it looks really spooky. And the first time I saw it, I moved up here, I went, what the fucking hell is that?
Yeah.
And you know, and then I like stand there and watch these things happen. It takes people in, and that guy. The other thing that guy is doing is he's videoing from behind glass. So he's videoing out of his front room window, and that adds a completely different level to it because everything looks slightly sort of twinklier and a bit sort of but you get no sound. If he was doing it outside on his front porch, you'd probably hear the jets or the helicopters that are doing it. But you know, he's a proper. He's a fraud. Sorry if he's listening. Sorry if you're listening, fella. Fraud. Fuck off. Go and do something else.
But the thing is that he mentions no sound or anything. But as Pete says earlier, you see all the cars. You see this major road underneath where you see these lights in the sky. There's a major road it's a very busy road, but you don't hear the fucking cars either. So there you go. But the thing is that this whole kind of thing, though, because this guy who's done these videos, he really does, but well, you can hear it in his voice, the amount of effort that he's put into the promoting these videos and shoving them out there. It seems to be on a daily basis. He actually believes, it's either he believes in what he's doing because he's just lost in the whole thing about it, or as you say, he's a fraud and he just thinks he's being fucking clever and putting the name of ufology, or however it's termed, down. Because let's face it, I could sit here all night with you, Baz, and recount stories and bits and pieces like we have done on previous shows. For instance, we touched it earlier on about things coming in from space. The plethora of ST videos shot from the space shuttles of weird lights and all kinds of odd things happening out there, just sitting above the Earth's atmosphere. It could be anything. Is it ice crystals? Is it from the rocket? Is it fucking, of course it's not. Is it are they satellites? Are they meteors? Are they shooting stars? Of course they're not. The things that you see on these space shuttle transmissions are not your average everyday kind of space debris, let's put it that way.
No, STS-48 is the most famous one of those.
Yeah. One day I will repost these videos back onto my Face Fart page and you'll see exactly what the hell I've been whinging on about. But anyway, moving on slightly now, because a lot of what ufology has been going through these days, there's been a great upsurgence of sightings throughout 2012. Now, a lot of that's got to do with a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon of UFOs, all the rest of it, blah blah blah. And it seems to be the thing right now where a lot of people are making a lot of money out of it. Writing books, doing crappy videos, they even do UFO watches, for crying out loud, and charging people an astronomical amount to go along with them and sit at the top of a hill and watch, well, nothing. And it seems to be the thing to be into, UFOs and all the rest of it. Now, okay, fair enough, it's to anyone that wants to make a quick killing out of it, but it really does put the name of this serious subject down. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm a believer. I'll hold my hands up. I do believe. I said it before. I'll say it again. Pete's not a believer. Tizzy, I'm very interested to hear what Tizzy said earlier on. Very good points. And every time someone comes back to me with a very, and Pete has many a time, with a very good point to sort of like counterbalance that whatever I've come up with. I listen, and I think, well, yeah, and do you know what? You've got a good point there, and that's a very good argument, or what have you. I still want to see E.T. on the lawn of the White House. That'll be it for me. That'll be like, and
on your lawn,
even better.
I mean, that's the thing. In front of you, face to face. I mean, I personally would be convinced. I'd have to see him face to face because, as Dad said earlier, you can fake any film.
Yeah.
Any news report, this is land on the White House, or Buckingham Palace or whatever. You see it face to face, but do need that.
I do want to see something. I mean, I want to see something a little bit more concrete. I mean, from what I've seen, for crying out loud, I can't think of anything more concrete, to be honest. But I want more. I want to see Mr. Grey. I want to see Mr. whatever it is, Mr. Alien Man standing there and tell me, no, actually, this is real.
Well, you probably don't, because people that I've spoken to that claim to have had that happen to, it's not a very pleasant experience.
That's a topic for another show completely. Honestly,
that always goes back. You were saying that that Mr. Grey, the fear factor sort of thing, is that all encounters. I have to repeat myself. We've done on previous shows. Is that you get all the aliens supposedly coming to the Earth, sneaking in their ships. Yeah. As soon as they get to the Earth, they turn their lights on so we can see them.
Yeah.
There's no way they would do that if they were visiting.
Why?
So those have been lights.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? That's a good question. Yeah, why not?
But why not have them on to come in the first place? Why suddenly put them on to be visible? When you're here, why not on the way?
All right.
What if it's a reaction or a form of energy transfer for whatever power systems that they're using? Because when you change an energy state, it either produces heat or it produces light. So what if what you're seeing is a direct reaction of the propulsion system of the craft, instead of it being a navigation light?
And what if it isn't?
Mm-hmm.
It's just man-made.
Well, no, we don't know, do we? That's
exactly.
The thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But all the other thing is, what if their means of communication, because they're alien, which means that they ain't like us, despite what Star Trek might think, what if they see things in a different manner? What if their physiology is completely different? If they communicate in a different manner? Yeah, why assume they do what we would do?
Exactly. That I agree with that. Yeah. It's very narrow-minded of us to think that way. Exactly.
Yeah, but putting their lights on is doing what we do. That's what all the vehicles on Earth does, isn't it?
Yeah.
Planes, helicopters, they have lights on.
I'm going to throw this one in. I'm going to throw. I've often felt that here we go. I'm going to say I've often felt that when they are actually entering the Earth's atmosphere, they are actually trying to let us see that they are there. It's not them that's not trying to be secretive.
Possibly, but what about if they see light in a different spectrum than we do? What if they see infrared and ultraviolet, but they don't see visible light? They might not even know that we see it that way, or they might have a good idea by now. But they could just see things completely differently, have a different form of communication. It's you've got to think alien, and that's where a lot of people go on with this when they hoax things. Just because, and some of the best cases of this kind of thing are the completely bizarre ones.
Yeah. Because
you know that something unusual's gone on. If the behaviour's anything like human, then forget it. And that's the more interesting side of it. I think there's a psychology to that.
You've got some good points there, I'll be honest with you. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to slightly skip over a little bit there and go back to the Mexico situation that's going on right now. For years there have been what's termed in ufology terminology as UFO flaps. There's been mass sightings of either fleets of objects in the sky, which can be, anyone can say anything about what they are, flock of seagulls to load of weather balloons to UFOs, whatever it could be. Yeah, I know. I'm very
80s band.
I'm very,
sorry.
Yeah.
I've just got a picture of an 80s band flying over Mexico.
Yeah, with bad haircuts. And what's happening in Mexico right now is something that's really, really quite interesting indeed. There is a volcano that's it's in a stage at the moment of erupting, and it's simmering away there. I'm going to try and pronounce its name. So you know what I'm like, I can't even get my own fucking name right sometimes.
Don't laugh, Baz.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to pronounce it. Fuck it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cop right out of that. What I'm going to do is I've posted a video. No, fuck it. Go on, Baz. Go on, do it.
Popocatépetl.
Popocatépetl. Well done, you.
Yeah,
that's it. Popocatépetl. It's a volcano out there in Mexico, and there have been a tremendous